Okay, everyone, welcome to the 2016 Unified Sports Holiday Classic Go-To meeting. This is Lori Jean Hammond talking with you, and you're going to hear from all of our staff as we go through all of these slides today. Please remember that the date this year is November 19th and 20th, and we are really looking forward to seeing everybody. This video will go up on our website until the actual weekend of the event. You can also view it in a PowerPoint format if you want to do that. Contact information for any portion of the presentation is at the very end, and that will list all of our names and our emails. And we do ask that you sign in. There's a part where you can click right at the end of this so that we know who has viewed this meeting and we can track the number of coaches who have attended. So we're going into 2016 Unified Sports Holiday Classic, and if you haven't noticed already, we have changed the name. So it's just a slight change, but we really want to highlight the fact that we have so many unified sports that we offer here at Special Olympics Connecticut. We will, however, continue to always offer our traditional sports. So we will have traditional and unified bowling at the AMF lanes in Milford, as well as the Circle lanes in East Haven. Single competition will be held at both bowling lanes. Traditional doubles and traditional teams will only be held in Milford. Unified teams and unified doubles will be held at both of the lanes. Unified basketball will be held at Quinnipiac University in Hamden, and we are working on an additional site that has not been confirmed yet. And that's because basketball has just exploded on us with the amount of teams. Traditional and unified powerlifting will be at Hillhouse High School in New Haven. Unified volleyball will be at the Floyd Little Athletic Center in New Haven, with volleyball skills offered for both athletes and partners. And additional sporting opportunities that we always like to talk about with this event is our unified flag football and unified cheerleading. After every event, all of our staff put out the Survey Monkey, and we appreciate the comments and the considerations that people send back to us. And wherever we can, we try to incorporate all of those suggestions into our future planning. So one of the things we're looking at for basketball this year is to try and not have too much time between the games, because we know nobody likes to wait around 4 or 5 hours. We're also going to try to not have 5 p.m. games for any of the teams staying overnight, because it gets you up to the hotel for dinner so very late. We did institute this last year. Basketball refs were given an orientation on the rules, and that will continue, and that was a great suggestion someone brought to us. We're going to see if we can encourage all of you to increase the number of 3-on-3 teams. Great competition. It really went over well last year, and it's good for both lower ability as well as our Division I teams. We will have a face-to-face basketball coaches meeting here in the offices in Hamden this Thursday, September 22nd at 6 p.m. We did bring in food trucks last year at both basketball and volleyball. We're going to do our best to bring in additional ones so you have families have more of a variety. We're working with our souvenir company and trying to encourage them that they really got to lower their costs on some stuff. I don't know how successful we'll be with that. Divisions for team bowling are usually posted, and we wanted to remind everybody that they are, so that when you're in a team at bowling, you may not know exactly who you're competing against, but most likely it's the lane to your left, possibly 2 lanes over to the right, that sort of thing. So you'll be able to figure out who you're competing against. Bowling registration packets can be picked up earlier here in Hamden. Just contact Sue for that, and she'll talk about that later. The lanes in Milford, we're really good about putting water out at the lanes. We'll make sure that happens for all sessions at both locations. And we'll do our best to try to make announcements at the 2 bowling lanes as to what lanes are now getting their awards in case people walk away from their lane at that point. And we'll post some sort of signage at volleyball. We'll try to figure out how best to do that so when families or spectators come in, they know which court they can find their teams on. All right, and now I'm going to turn it over to Rachel.
Hi everyone, Rachel Polanski here, just to talk about a little bit of Coaches Ed and training. The Unified Sports Holiday Classic sports rules you can always find on the Coaches Corner website. I hope a lot of you have been using that and find it helpful since we've redesigned it. Also, concussion training. All head coaches need to complete concussion training. before holiday sports. It is about half an hour. It's a free course. You can find 2 links. Both are acceptable. And just email me your certificate at the end when you complete it. Also, we have upcoming coaches trainings. We have the New England Leadership Conference, which is Saturday and Sunday, October 15th and 16th in Massachusetts. I know Katie has sent out the links to that, so please register if you haven't already. And also we have a bowling coaches training coming up October 30th, which will be at the Circle Lanes in East Haven. Again, here's the information about the concussion training. You can go through the CDC website and click on the link to Heads Up, and there's a free online training there. And again, just email me their certificate when you complete that.
Hi everyone, Katie Dennett here. Just a quick overview on where you can find the sports rules. All of our sports rules that we offer are on our website under the Coaches Corner. You can find that by accessing sports and fitness programs, and the Coaches Corner is the first one up top. Then once you go there, you are going to be on the page, and down at the bottom it's SOCT Sports Rules and Coaches Guides. And we have a direct link right there to the SOI website, which lists all of the current rules. And I really encourage you to check out those coaching guides, because you may be looking for some new ideas to do with your athletes at practice. And I think there's some really great resources there that sometimes we're not always catching. So please definitely check those out.
Hello, we got Katie here, Katie York now actually. I changed my name, so just FYI. If you email me at Katie Femiak or Catherine F, I'll still get it because I own that email address. But if you want my new contact information, you'll see it in a couple minutes. Just some updates here. Just want to remind everybody to make sure that you're using the new Class A forms. I say new, though it's really been like a year, so I'm going to have to start being kind of firm with making sure I get the new forms. And just make sure that they're filled out completely. I've been having a lot of minors filling out their forms lately and not putting references on it. So I don't want to have to send these back, so please fill them out completely. Another reminder, just that with our new background screening vendor, Verified Volunteers, the background checks take longer than they used to. So on average, I'll get a report back in 24 to 72 hours. But, you know, so if we're doing something last minute and it's a group home situation or something, I just might not get it back in time. I've seen things take as long as a week to a week and a half to come back. So if you have a group home issue, try to get that to me at least a week in advance, but as much time as I have, the better. Another reminder that we do have a web version of our Class A for new volunteers. Just make sure when volunteers are using this new web form that they're filling out all 3 steps. The first step is the verified volunteer step, and I'm finding that people are doing that and then they're exiting out of the whole thing. They're not doing their protective behaviors, and then they're not doing the final step, which is an application page that's got biographical information on it. So remember, the new web forms have 3 steps to them. And we do also have links for existing Class A volunteers to rescreen themselves. So if you have any questions about any of those things, please let me know. And just another reminder, nobody should ever be going to practice without having their background check done. It's not safe. And I just need to reiterate that everybody has to have that done prior to participating. And we don't usually catch them until the registration comes in. So I would say the very latest, we need to have it done by the registration deadline. But you really should be doing these things at the beginning of the season because it's just not safe. I've kicked out enough people to know that. Just want to reiterate that. Anyway, here's my new contact information. But like I said, I'll get it if you send it the old way too. Thanks.
Hi everyone, Sue Moore here. So all of our registration due dates are up here. September 30th, we would really love to have your intent numbers, especially for bowling, so we know what kind of numbers we're dealing with. And we'll go into where you can find that intent in a bit. So registrations for volleyball and basketball will be due October 5th. And the balance for bowling and powerlifting will be due on the 19th, as well as your housing registration. Please consider and try to keep using the registration at soct.org email address. It comes directly to my email, and then I'll forward it off to whoever needs it. We're just trying to get everybody to use the same email so that things are going to, where to go, where to send it to. The coach's handbook will be up by October 31st. The registration fees for this event is $20 for powerlifting and bowling, unless they're going to be attending the banquet and the dance, and then it's $30. And for volleyball and basketball, it's $40 for those events. Please remember to send insurance requests to Morgan at morgankey@soct.org. She's taken over for Lauren. So get those in way prior to the start of your practice, please. I'm sure by now most of you know where to find our forms, but it is all on the front page of the website. All you have to do is click right onto the forms link, and that takes you directly to every form that we have. The registration calendar is good for this year. Look for the 2017 calendar by the end of this year so you can start planning for next year. The intent to participate, you can click on that there, and there's all of our registrations for this upcoming season. So the intent to participate form, I would like to ask that when you do this for your teams, if you can make sure that you're doing the number of events. So if you're doing both basketball and bowling, do 2 events and fill it out completely, and that way you don't have to send me 2 separate intents, one for bowling and one for basketball.
Hi, Morgan Powell here. Just a brief reminder about games reports. It's very important that you read through these and make sure that they're accurate. That way we can get things fixed if they need to be. Make sure that everyone that you registered is on the list, and make sure that their names, sports, and events are all correct. Again, if you have any issues, please let us know quickly so we can fix that before the actual games. And here's just an example of a games report. Athlete name and event are on the same side with their sport all the way to the right. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact us.
Okay, it's bowling time. I know most of you have already begun practice, so again, we would like those intent numbers. As Lori Jean stated earlier, the format is still going to remain the same as it was last year, where all of your traditional doubles teams and traditional 4-person teams are bowling just in Milford. So please remember that when you're registering. Please make sure you try to have a 12-game average at the very least. And most importantly, and we sometimes have some confusion on this, if you want to request a specific bowling center for your team, you're supposed to be emailing Lori Jean by the 28th of October. And then watch carefully for those lane assignments. We'll be sending those out via email so that you know where your team is going. Just don't assume that you bowled in East Haven last year, you're going to bowl in East Haven this year. So please make sure that you're reading that correctly. When you get to the bowling alleys, either one, please make sure that you are reporting your scratches so we can get them off the lanes, and designate all your ramp bowlers correctly on your registration. All of the foul lanes the foul lights, will be turned on, and please be practicing with those on, as well as having them change their lanes. We have been finding in the past that some athletes don't realize that they're supposed to be doing that. And we would really appreciate it if you brought ramps. The bowling alleys are going to be short, and so please have them in your car or your van in case we need them. Awards will still continue to be on the lanes as they have always been, and the team awards, we'll try to gather those up, on the four lanes. I've tried to make it adjacent so that you know who you're bowling against, but we'll try to get that done for you as quickly as possible. And their family, we have 2 family events, unified. They are family unified doubles and family unified teams, and those you can designate on your registration. So if you have any relatives all bowling together, please register those people in those events. Ramp bowlers, please take a few minutes and read this carefully, and we'll send it out again to you so that you know the exact rules. Basically, the difference between unassisted and assisted is that in unassisted, the athlete must set the ramp themselves. And if you need anybody within your program to assist your athlete, you can do that, but we need to know who they are, and we'll make sure that the athlete has that dot on their credentials so that the attendants on the lanes know that they're supposed to be there. Ramp bowlers do not change lanes, and unified ramp bowlers must be unassisted. There's no assisting any ramp bowler on a unified team. Thank you very much.
Hi, it's Katie Dennett back to talk about unified basketball. As Lori Jean had said earlier, we will be back at Quinnipiac University and are currently looking for a second site because everybody wants to play basketball, which I love, but we need another site. Please, please, please encourage your teams to make some 3-on-3 teams. Like we said, it's just great competition, and it's wonderful for both our lower division teams as well as our high division teams. So please encourage that the best that you can. You know that this next thing is a pet peeve of mine because we talk about it every year, partner domination. It won't be tolerated. But in going along with that, partners can and should score. There is no coach's agreement before games. For those of you that have done that, and I have seen it, you know because we've had a conversation about it. So please, please, please don't do that. You are not helping your athletes by having your partners not play up to their full potential. This is a team game, and it should be played as a team game. Team members cannot miss the first games and then expect to play later in the day. That's just not fair. Only head coaches of that team should be on the bench during that game. Please make sure that you're not overcrowding your benches with every coach and assistant coach that you have registered. Please, no food or drink allowed within the rec center, and try to clean up all your trash. I know it's hard. You have parents coming and a lot of kids hanging around, but just try to encourage everyone to pick up after themselves. Otherwise, I'll be there until the next day doing it. And I know you like me too much to make me do that. Opening ceremonies will be at 10 a.m. on Saturday in the main gym. Games will continue in the rec center. So as we did last year, we will continue on with the games, and we're not going to stop everybody. We need to keep the day moving. Teams not competing will report to the main gym by 9:45 and take a seat in the stands. There will not be a parade. We do have a coaches meeting this Thursday night, September 22nd, and I hope to see every program who's bringing a team in attendance. If you can't make it yourself, please send somebody else, and that will be here at the SOCT headquarters. See you then.
Hi, Sarah Pearson here for powerlifting. Powerlifting will take place at Hill House High School Auditorium on Saturday, November 19th. We do require singlets for all athletes. We can recommend cliffclean.com for you to purchase those. Lunch will be provided to teams and volunteers after the competition is complete. So please plan ahead and bring a snacks for your teams. Between the bench press and the deadlift, there'll be some time to do that. If you are not needed on stage, we ask that you take a seat in the auditorium during competition. And if you have any fun facts about your athletes, please pass them in at registration. If you have any questions, you can contact Chris Capobianco. Unified volleyball will take place at the Floyd Little Athletic Center for unified team play. Volleyball skills will be Saturday only. Just like the unified basketball, we also don't allow partner domination. It will not be tolerated, so please make sure that your partners are familiar with our rules. And please also just do not pull the bleachers out from the walls, and we do not allow food or drink in the athletic center, and clean up your team trash as well. Thank you so much. Divisioning tournaments will be held at the Floyd Little Athletic Center, basketball on Saturday, October 22nd, and volleyball on Sunday, October 23rd. All teams must attend these tournaments in order to be eligible to play at the state games in November. And it's very important that teams use the same assessment forms for each sport. They can be found on our website. Follow the directions for the forms so that they're complete and accurate. If anything is inaccurate, this results in questionable divisioning placement and also increases the time it takes to create divisions and the final schedule. As long as everything's in on time and is accurate, we will have those schedules out at least 1 week before the divisioning tournaments. Parking is available across the street or in the parking lot behind the building on Crescent Street. And again, please do not pull out the bleachers, no food or drink in the athletic center, and clean up all your team trash. Uniforms. Please remember that all team members and coaches should wear appropriate athletic uniforms. We do not allow jeans at all. Basketball shorts and shirts. Partner numbers are to be odd. Athlete numbers are to be even. Volleyball shorts and shirts. Again, partner numbers are to be odd. Athlete numbers are to be even. Bowling requires slacks or shorts, a t-shirt or a polo. And again, powerlifting, you need to have that singlet with a t-shirt underneath.
Morgan here again. I'll be handling housing this year. So just a reminder, housing is for unified basketball and unified volleyball teams only. And as Sue mentioned, bowlers and powerlifters are welcome to attend the dance. It will just be an additional $10 fee. And please make sure that you add this information to your registration. We will be at the Trumbull Marriott Hotel. And a quick reminder, no smoking, alcohol, or other illegal substances are permitted at any Special Olympics venues or hotels. The dinner will be from 5 to 7:30 p.m., followed by the dance from 7 to 9:30. And our theme this year is Harvest Time. And the movie will be Elf at 8 p.m. And I will be sending out the housing configurations sometime next week.
Hello, Caitlin Dacus here, talking about healthy athletes that'll be going on throughout the weekend at Holiday Sports. We'll have special smiles this year at volleyball and powerlifting venue. We'll be located in the Floyd Little Athletic Center on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Powerlifting, when you get done, if you have some time after lunch to come on over, UConn School of Dental Medicine will be providing dental screenings and education on oral health. There'll be a bunch of giveaways from toothpaste to toothbrush to other necessary tools to keep your smile bright and healthy. We'll also have health promotion at basketball at Quinnipiac on Saturday from 10 to 2. This will be different information on making healthier lifestyle choices. There will be updates on other activities that may be going on throughout the weekend. I'll post those on the local coordinator reminders as well as the coach's handbook, so be on the lookout for those. And if you have any questions, you can reach me at the number provided below. Thank you.
Okay, Rachel back again, talking about flag football. I've already been in touch with a few teams who have already have their practices scheduled, and which is great. If you have any athletes or partners interested in flag football, please consider starting a team or join an existing team. Weathersfield is one team that we have that's looking for athletes and partners to join them. So if you're interested in that, I can connect you with the right people. We want to try to institute some kind of scrimmage practices and have more opportunities for competition this season. So if you have any ideas or questions or people interested, you can contact me. My phone number and email are on the bottom. Again, our teams from Connecticut are invited to participate in the New England event in Foxborough, Massachusetts. It is on November 19th this year, which conflicts with our Holiday Sports Classic. If anyone is interested in going to that, please let me know ASAP so I can give you the registration information. Also, we will have the St. Joe's High School Tournament, which is hosted in Trumbull on a Sunday in October. So once we get the date confirmed, I will email everyone and also post it in the local coordinator reminder. Also, if anyone is interested in cheerleading, we'd love to see more unified cheerleader teams at any of our events. Unified Cheer Squads are a big part of the 2015 World Summer Games in LA, and they're a big part of our summer games as well, and the Unified Sports Holiday Classic. So if anyone is interested in that, you can contact Lori Jean and learn more about the sport.
Okay, everybody, it's Lori Jean again. I just wanted everyone to know that we started a new text messaging service that we're hoping if people would sign up for this, it's going to allow us the opportunity to get an immediate message out to all of you if we had to do a cancellation, if we had any weather problems, even if there's traffic. God knows some of you, when you're driving to Milford, often get caught on 95 there. So anyway, we can reach out to people. So if you go on www.raindout.com, you're going to then search for Special Olympics Connecticut. Click on, in the preferred results area, click on our name. You'll sign up, agree to the terms, and then you will get a text message sent directly to your cell phone, which will give you a code. You then put that code in, you choose the group, coaches, and local coordinators, and you're all set. And hopefully now that we have this set up, we don't need to use it, but we have it available to all of us, and we're going to be continuing to use this with all of our events. A number of other states around the country are using it and have found it to be really helpful in reaching our coaches on the day of an event, should we need to do that. All right, so a lot of you have been asking me what's happening with the USA Games. So let me walk you through what our quota is expected to be. The next USA Games will be July 1 through 6, 2018 in Seattle, Washington. We will have a very small contingency, and I say that because we've been very fortunate and had pretty large groups prior to this. But because it's all the way across the country, it's a lot more expensive to fly people out there. But we are taking a total of 40 people, and right now we're expecting to have 4 female athletes in aquatics, 4 male athletes in athletics, 2 female, 2 males, including the partners, so 2 unified tennis teams, 2 unified bowling teams, 2 males, 2 females. That could be 1 4-person team, or we'll have 2 doubles within that. Again, same with unified golf, 2 females and 2 males, which includes the partners. We're going to try something new this year. Bo really wants us to bring a unified basketball team from our high school program with the CAS CIAC program, because we are so big at doing that, and we are really the leaders in that particular type of unified sports around the country. We will have a total of 8 coaches. All the coaches' applications will be on our website by the end of September, and we still need to have people make sure they've won a gold medal in these various sports in order to be eligible. So applications will be made available to anyone who is eligible by the end of December this year for unified bowling and unified golf, and then the applications will be available by the end of June of next year for aquatics, athletics, and unified tennis. The basketball team has to be a team that's existing right now in the 2016-2017 school year. So please, if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to contact me. We've got some roles for people if they want to be on our management team. Maybe we'll even get lucky and get a group of people to decide they want to take a vacation in Seattle in 2018 and come cheer on Team Connecticut. So that wraps up everything we have for you for the Unified Sports Holiday Classic. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate. We're all listed here. Contact me for any questions you might have in regards to anything outside of any particular sport, or if you, for whatever reason, just want to send me an email, that's fine too. Unified volleyball and powerlifting, contact Sarah Pearson. Bowling, Sue is our queen of bowling, even though she and I roll our eyes every time more numbers come in for that sport. Unified basketball will be Katie Dennett. Flag football, Rachel Polanski. Morgan, and welcome everybody to Morgan. She's our new addition to our sports department, and she'll be in charge of housing. Katie York is our volunteers, and as she mentioned, she used to be Katie Femiak. She's now Katie York. And of course, Caitlin Dacus is our expert on everything to do with healthy athletes and trying to keep all of us here in the office healthy too. So please don't hesitate to contact any one of us for any question you might have about the event. Thank you for completing the 2016 Special Olympics Connecticut Unified Sports Holiday Classic webinar. This is the link I mentioned at the very beginning. Please click on this so that we can confirm that you were a part of this presentation, so we know who's gotten the information. And we look forward to seeing you at the games. Mark your calendar. Next year, the event will be November 18th and 19th, 2017. Thanks, everybody. And again, please let us know if you have any questions.